Hi Aries, welcome to the new moon in Leo for August 4th, 2024. New moons bring in new cycles. Um, this particular reading, the direction that it's going in is number 5, consciousness, a consciousness of lack. Now 5 is the frequency of instability, it's change, it is sort of the roller coaster ride, the ups and downs, and the challenges that we face. So 5 is that unstable energy that pushes us to find balance. There's a purpose for it. So it asks us to find balance, and obviously this is a balance of our consciousness. And this card can mean that there might be something missing. Maybe some financial limitation that you're dealing with. Maybe even some significant money difficulties. But this card also indicates restriction in other areas. So you can be experiencing some limitation in love or relationships, feelings of loss. There can be some frustration, and as you see in the picture, some sadness. But it reveals deeper issues. It kind of asks us to shift out of lack consciousness now, even if you're feeling like something's missing in your life. The card says that your fear is what restricts you even further, so that can make things more difficult and making manifestation a little more difficult as well. It's limiting. So it's asking you to focus on something positive. If you're lonely or you're having financial problems, but it's really necessary to do so if you want to change your energy. And again, 5 is the number of instability, so that we seek out balance. And so this card is asking you to seek out some sort of balance, whether it's emotional or financial. But something could be missing. In any case, that's the direction that the reading is going in. Is that there? Okay, so as usual, the first column is the column of what is beginning new at this time of the new moon for you. And if it's conscious, then you can find that here. And sometimes it might just be where you're finding yourself at the time of the new moon. The second 2 cards are you and how you are feeling, what you're doing, what you're thinking, how you're behaving in regards to this situation. Sometimes it follows suit, sometimes it doesn't. Meaning that sometimes it pertains to that new moon energy and sometimes it doesn't. Just depends. But we'll have a look at it. And the last column, how's that going to work? Let's see. And the last 2 cards, rather, is the probable outcome. Probable because some things we are able to change when we are forewarned or we have more information, and some things we are meant to experience, sometimes for the better, sometimes for the challenge, but always for our growth. Okay. Let's see what's going on here for Aries. You have the Lover's card, and you have the 3 of Wands. You may be making some choices where allies are concerned, or making some choices. The Lover's card is asking you, and there's the balance, right? There's the number 6. Making that choice. You're at a crossroads now, and the choice that you make will bring you into balance somehow. There we go. The Lover's card is often, it's the levels of love, right? They call it the love card. It used to be called the choice card, but it is the level of love. And this is about the lower, lesser level would be sexuality, lust, right? The 3rd level, which is the female, let's see if I can, there we go, which is the female, is more of a romantic love, that type of love, motherly love, love of home, love of things, of people. But then you have the highest, represented by the angel, which is compassion, and that is the highest form of love. So you're kind of at a crossroads with the Lover's card. It can be in terms of relationships. It doesn't have to be. But there is something where allies are concerned here because we have this card. So the allies card, the Three of Wands, is you sending out some, testing things out, let's say. If you're busy with, let's say, wanting to promote yourself, you're kind of sending out your ideas, your whatever it is you're marketing, and seeing the reaction that you get back. But it's also the people that can help us, the situations, the books, right? It's anything that can give us a leg up over the competition. And so we seem to be at a crossroads here where that's concerned, and needing to make some choices. There does seem to be people around that can help you, but you're kind of waiting for that feedback. You're kind of waiting for information back. And in the meantime, you can edit your situation. So this is a sort of, for me, it's a card of stepping back, looking at what you've built up until now, editing, revising. It is a period of waiting, right? We're waiting for the harvest. We're waiting for the fruits to ripen. And in the meantime, we can have a look at what it is that didn't work for us, what did, and edit and revise. And I think those are the choices that are going through here. Maybe you're getting the feedback, or you've gotten feedback, and you're thinking, okay, so how do I want to continue with this? How do I want to switch things up? What can make it better? What can give me a leg up over the competition with that Three of Wands? 3 is a very creative number, and 7 is something that's a little bit out of the box, right, out of the norm. And so maybe the choice is something between something very mundane and usual and normal, as opposed to something that's a little bit odd or different, or like I said, out of the box. That can be one of the choices here for a few of you. It is a general reading. Now, how you think about it, especially with the Seven of Pentacles, how you are considering it, depends a lot on your POV, right? Your point of view, the way you see things. Is it sort of waiting, not in vain, but with a lack of consciousness, right? Consciousness of lack, or is there gratitude behind it? This is really important here, I think, because especially it came up with this particular card. Okay, let's zoom out a little bit. All right. So that's the situation. How you're behaving is the King of Wands. That's a good card here, especially with the High Priestess. The King of Wands is a very, it's associated with Aries for me. He is the master, or is mastering, his ego and his passions. And we're dealing with things that are going on behind the scenes. Aries is very much connected to the galactic center, as is Pisces. And so you could be getting very interesting information with the High Priestess, but you could also be wanting to keep things up your sleeve, undercover, away from prying eyes. The High Priestess is a very secretive card. Maybe you're working on something, especially here with this, with the choices that you're making and the things you're doing to get a leg up over the competition. The High Priestess is also very secretive. She keeps her Torah under her sleeve. What she structures everything on, right? The High Priestess is divine structure. It is your divinity. It is what you deem sacred, and that is what you build upon. That's the structure on which you build upon. So Aries is a real trailblazer, and with that Seven of Pentacles, it can be something that is really unique, unique to you, unique to a situation or to the people around you or to the norm. It can be quite a unique endeavor that you're working on here. So here is the remedy to lack consciousness, and that is gratitude. So the Three of Cups is the joie de vivre, the joy of life. It's people that hold each other up, but what do we deem sacred in life, right? Gratitude, joy, the beautiful things. So it's keeping your attention, and again, what you deem sacred with the High Priestess is what you are to build upon here. And that will take you out of this energy of five consciousness. So it seems to me like you're beginning a period where you are letting go of this consciousness lack. You are, but this is also celebration. So maybe there's a celebration that you're working on that you're kind of keeping secretive. That's on a very mundane level here. So that's also possible. You may be one of the people who hold other people up because you have that divine energy right now with the High Priestess. You could feel very spiritual at this time. And it may be something that you haven't felt before, but there's a uniqueness to your energy. There's something quite, I don't want to say strange, but that is what the word comes up like. So the moon is often high strangeness. It's not of the norm. It's just something that doesn't feel like we've experienced before, or there's just a strangeness, a strange energy, a strange feeling that can come over you. And again, maybe you are getting some interesting downloads. You are behaving like the King of Wands here, and that is your card. So you are feeling very much in your own power, in your own energy, and that sacred energy of the High Priestess kind of lifts you. It feels to me like it's lifting you, and in doing so, you have the ability to lift others. You have 2 threes here, so that's a very nice energy of creativity. It's the Empress. It's tied to the Empress, and that is the creative principle itself. And for there to be a creative principle, there has to be this cooperative energy that supports each other, and that is definitely the Three of Cups. It's a very supportive energy, but it's the joy of life, the joie de vivre, the wonderful, grateful, beautiful things in life, and that's what the High Priestess, in my feeling here, is what you're holding on to, what you deem sacred, and what you can, in the structure on which you can build upon this choice that you are dealing with. Okay. And the last 3 cards, you have the Page of Pentacles, which is associated with Capricorn for me, and you also have the 9 of Pentacles, which is Venus in Virgo, both very grounded energies. Now, the Page of Pentacles can be somebody you're dealing with, and maybe even one of the choices that you are dealing with, one of the people that you are choosing from, whatever it may be, whoever is the ally and who's helping you out here. But the Page of Pentacles is associated with Capricorn, and this is an empowerment card. So there is a lot of empowerment energy here, I see. Again, with the Three of Wands, which are allies, the Three of Cups, which is holding each other up, and the Page of Pentacles. Now, this can be somebody who is young, or it can be somebody who is at a distance. But they are generally behaving like a Capricorn, whether they are a Capricorn or not. And again, this is about empowerment. And what it seems to me like you're choosing for, especially with the Venus and Virgo here card, is somebody who can help you with the practical things. Somebody who can be a good partner, not just showy or in love. It would be somebody that you would choose who can help you, who wants to help you do dishes, who wants to help you fold clothes, who wants to help you, with, if you have children, the very practical things in life, and maybe even just provide for you. But it's not the big showy things that they do for you as much as it is the more practical things. But it's also, Virgo is about detail, right? Which is very grounded, very grounded energy. So the details, the practicality of it. And so maybe this person, this Capricorn person, is very good with detail, very detail-oriented person, or you're looking for somebody like that. So if this is business, and it could very well be because you have 3 pentacles here, and it's very a practical energy, this may be somebody who can help you with the finer details in a situation that you are dealing with the practicalities of a situation, right? You have that kind of initial energy with the Aries card, and with the High Priestess and the 3 of Cups. There's this kind of feeling of inspired energy. But who can we choose that can bring in the practicalities? Who can kind of deal with the I's, crossing the I's and the T's, and dotting the I's and crossing the T's, and maybe even the financial side of a business if you're dealing with business choices here. So here is another 2, right? Well, here is a 2 rather, and this card is about making decisions. So this is the moon in Libra. Now this card for me is very much, I see these as a scissor, something to cut something off, making that choice, right? With the Lover's card, making that choice after all. However, Libra can find it very difficult to make decisions because they can see both sides of a situation, and they're very fair, right? They want to be fair to all sides of the situation. So this card, the wisdom of this card is to make a decision, because no matter what decision that you make, you will always have to deal with the challenges and rewards no matter what decision you make. So you see here, both of these cards are asking you for choice. 2 is always duality, this or that. And so this card is definitely asking you to make a choice. I do think you will, but both faculties have to be working here, meaning your emotional side, your heart, and your head, your logic. Both faculties need to be used to make this decision. It can't be one over the other. And Libra is an air sign, so it's often the left side, the logic side, that wins out. But both faculties need to be used to make this decision. And the decisive thing should be about empowerment, what empowers the situation, right? Especially with that Page of Pentacles there. What does Spirit want you to know? Ooh, choices. So, there is another way. Ask the universe to help you find it. It says unicorns, but I'll say the universe. Maybe the universe, maybe there are some good people around who can help you make a choice, but there are definitely some choices. So that's the 3rd time I see it here. I do feel like you're going to have some choice in the next 2 weeks to 30 days. But I would say this, yes, practical, but also inspired, right? Because you do have that 9 of Pentacles here, which is a very practical energy. And it's also about creating a really beautiful atmosphere around you. Fruitful, right? But there's a lot of inspiration here, and I do feel like you will definitely go for the not even the emotional side, but your intuitive side, right? So logic and intuition. And that's what I mean by the heart, the feeling. Well, you have some big choices that are here. That's what I see. Okay. Thank you for listening. I hope this has been helpful. I'll return in 2 weeks with a full moon reading. Bye for now.